Most people know God is moving in an amazing way in Iran, that most Iranians have rejected Islam and very open to all kinds of stuff, including Christianity. And Christian message is very attractive to them. And Iran, according to a survey, has the fastest growing evangelical population in the world in terms of the rate of increase. So evangelism, can I say, is easy in Iran. With simplest message of the gospel, people are coming to Christ. And we at Iran Alive, there is no church allowed in Iran, and the Christians are not allowed to gather. Even sharing the gospel, owning a Bible is dangerous. So that's why media, and I'm glad to hear about Simon, and I would love to look and talk to him about it. The digital world is the way to go to close countries like Iran. And you cannot go on streets. You cannot even gather in even small groups, very dangerous. So, but internet is pretty much controlled. We do online also, but satellite right now is very effective because it goes over the heads of the mullahs into people's homes. They lock their doors, and they can hear the gospel without any danger. And we are seeing amazing results. Like last May, we dedicated the month of May to evangelism. And our goal was not just to increase the number of our evangelistic programs, but train people to share the gospel. And that's what we did. And since last May, the number of salvations has increased 10 to 20 times normal. 29, we have been on the air for 20 years, and 29% of all salvations came last year. And the better news is that this year it's even double. We are not even halfway through the year, and we are passing the whole number of salvations of last year. Of course, it's very dangerous to contact us, and it's very hard to contact us and tell us that they have come to Christ. So the statistics we get is just a portion of the statistics. Like we have already about 15,000 people who have come to Christ that we know of. They tell us in mid-year. So this year we hope to pass 30,000 of confirmed salvations. Now the thing is, there are many people are out there evangelizing without even telling us, and we like that. And the statistic I'm giving, there's a good news part of it. 3 out of 5 of the people who come to Christ and tell us do not come through us. They come through the people, our viewers that we train. Go out and share the gospel. And when you lead somebody to Christ, come and tell us. So over 60% of all salvations are by people that we shared how to do it. Go out and do it. And one thing is, when a Christian shares the gospel and somebody comes to Christ, they taste that. They taste that excitement. They taste the work of the Holy Spirit. And many of them cannot stop. Once they lead one person to Christ, they continue. So last May, we trained people through the satellite television. Many of them continued to evangelize. The month of evangelism was over, but they were not over. They continued. And many have come to Christ through that, kind of activating the gift of evangelism. And of course, all of us need to evangelize, but some of them are called for evangelism. They're just sitting there, and now they're released. For example, this man contacted us, and he was leading like every week or every 10 days, he was leading a person to Christ and coming to report to us. So I told him, "Oh, that's great. That's great. You are doing it, and every few days you're leading one person to Christ. And I'm glad you're reporting to us." He said, "Pastor Hormoz, what I do is compared to what my friend is doing is nothing." He said, "I have a friend who watched you and learned to evangelize, and he is out there every day on street, friends, family members, anybody. He's sharing the gospel. He's not afraid. And he's leading so many people to Christ. He's leading 30 to 40 people to Christ every month. And I tell him, go report to Pastor Hormoz. And he says, I don't have time to report. I got to go out and share the gospel. So there are people like him that are leading 30 to 40 people to Christ, but we don't know because they don't report to us. Now, I want to add one more thing. This year, Jesus called us to go out and make disciples. So evangelism has to come with a component of discipleship. And one thing we tried this year, which is very, very successful beyond our measures, is this. When somebody comes to Christ, we teach them, or anybody who leads somebody to Christ, they teach them how to read the Bible and how to apply it. It's very simple skill, and it's the most effective evangelism tool. And so you lead somebody to Christ, you sit down with them, you read, and you teach them how to extract truth from the Bible and ask yourself application questions and do it. I found just reading the Bible and obeying it and teaching people to do it is the best discipleship tool. And if we connect that to evangelism, a part of evangelism, you lead somebody to Christ, this is what you do next. I think, and I'm seeing that it has a major impact of not just evangelism and conversion, but a good start in discipleship. Thank you, Beat.